So this video is going to be on whether or not owner financing is legal. So if you find information in this video helpful, take a minute to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and or comment below for future videos you'd like to have information on. So let's just talk briefly about the legality of owner financing. So often we hear from realtors and especially other attorneys that, oh my gosh, owner financing is not legal. And there's all sorts of reasons why this comes up. And primarily it's misinformation because it's not taught too much from a real estate perspective. And because of the existing mortgage that may be left on a property, if you're buying it subject to or doing a wraparound mortgage, and that due on sale clause that's contained therein, people think that means that the transaction is illegal. Now, another lawyer out of Colorado coined the term no due on sale jail. And guys, it just doesn't happen that way. It's not illegal. If you do things of this nature, it's just a breach of contract. So for instance, here in the Texas marketplace, is owner financing illegal? Simple answer is no. Look at our state promulgated contracts. They have provisions built in for owner financing. We have addendums that are promulgated by the state for owner financing. We have provisions in our Texas property code that says if you're going to sell a property utilizing seller financing, that you must provide certain disclosures. And we have a new bill here in Texas that says you must provide certain underlying lien disclosures as well as insurance disclosures. So if the property code tells you what you have to do if you're going to do a creative finance transaction, obviously it's not illegal. I go back years and years ago, just after the 2008-2009 real estate crash, and trying to help realtors, sellers, homeowners in our communities at this time, but everybody thought that this was illegal. In fact, it was like a roadblock constantly. And I've talked before about the 4x4 rule that I coined many years ago, which incorporates the 4 necessary parties to an owner finance and the 4 compliance issues you should always be thinking about. Just briefly again, it's incorporate a knowledgeable real estate attorney, a note pro to help you structure the transaction, a loan processor when needed, and a loan servicer, which is our fraud preventer. On the compliance side, it's know your property code and what your obligations are underneath your code. It is the SAFE Act, it is the Dodd-Frank Act, and it is RESPA, the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act. And all of those helped me when I was pushing this out to get over the hurdles, especially when real estate brokers went, absolutely not. But when you start bringing all these people into the equation, especially that attorney, the loan servicer, all of a sudden the walls start to drop down a little bit and things got a lot easier. So I found that by creating that little 4x4 rule, it just helped the conversation go on, especially if a realtor is going to present this to their agent. They can tell them how it's going to work, how it's going to come down. And when the broker hears all of this, they went, that sounds pretty customary and ordinary. And it made things so much easier along the way. But the bottom line is seller financing is not illegal. Even from a due on sale perspective, the only issue is it's a breach of contract. And as we all keep hearing today, what do mortgage companies really want? They want their monthly payment. That's what they're in business for. Mortgage companies are not in the real estate business. Do you think they really want to foreclose on a property? Lord, no. You know, they're losing servicing when that happens. They're losing the ability to do a lot of things. They just want their money. However, the bottom line is you have to go into every seller finance transaction, especially when there's an existing mortgage in place, and realize that there is usually a due on sale clause involved. You have to understand how to navigate that properly because every once in a while, lenders do call the loans due. It is a risk factor. That is why proper disclosure is so important between a seller, an investor, or the investor and a back-end buyer to ensure that everybody goes into these transactions with their eyes wide open. So at the end of the day, guys, just understand seller financing is not illegal. It is so important to understand the things I just laid out so that you can present them properly to a seller, to a buyer, to an agent, to an attorney, and help them understand it better. Although we investors who are in this industry think that everybody should know it as well as we do, they don't. And so part of our job sometimes is to help educate the community in how the transactions work, how they're done properly and correctly, and how they are proper and legal along the way. And I think you'll find that will be very helpful in conversations along the way, whether you're talking again to that seller, buyer, agent, or attorney. So if you want to learn more about owner financing and especially how to do it the right way, take a minute and check us out at the ownerfinancenetwork.com. You're going to find all of our paid videos on there, as well as all the services you need for your next owner finance transaction. Guys, we'll see you all next time.